Hey guys, it's Heidi. Welcome back to my channel. Hold on, I'm getting hot. Okay, that's better. Yeah, I've just had coffee, so yeah. Um, it is rather cold, but yeah, after I drink coffee, I generally get very hot. Anyway, yeah, last week I was blessed with a hair and makeup makeover, and um, yeah, so I sent the before and after pictures to some friends, and I've loaded it up on my other channel. And yeah, shame one of my friends, my one friend from Belgium, she just said, "That's not you." So I said, "Well, I can't help for that. It is me, but if you don't want to believe it, well, tough." Her husband reckons I was playing with AI. I can't help for that either. Anyway, yeah. But the woman that did our hair and makeup, she's very good because I didn't even recognize myself. So, yeah. I've shown the picture to a few people and they want to know who that woman is. Power of makeup. Anyway, shame. So one of my other local friends, um, yeah, no, she said, the makeup was done well and what have you, what have you. But she wanted to know why I have such wrinkles. I have wrinkles. I've lived life. As I said to my one um, very Victorian friend, bless her soul, she's gone to heaven. Um, she's she's one of these people. She likes to correct you, and it's crochet and not crotchet. I mean, I never say crotchet. I always say crochet. You know, that's what I know. And I'm not very eloquent with words, and of course, she's very eloquent and very ladylike. And anyway, and so one day I picked her up, and we are gonna go to Bible study. Oh, not Bible study, prayer meeting. And she decided to um, pick me out about something. And she says she's deliberately not phoned me or spoken to me and asked me to take her anywhere because she was keeping her distance because of something. I don't quite know what. Oh, what I'd actually said to her was I said something to her and I looked at her. I said, "Do you understand?" Because people don't always understand what I say. And when I say something, they think I'm saying something completely different. So, yeah, I am. So I said to her, "Do you understand?" And she was offended. So because I'd said that, and she told me she'd gone to college and this, that, and the other, I don't know what. I thought, well, good for you. And yeah, so she decided to pick me out because I said that to her. So a few weeks went by and I didn't hear anything from her, which was fine because I mean, I'd pick her up at about 9 in the morning and only drop her back at her place here at 6 o'clock in the evening. The whole day. I mean, my husband knew that if I was taking this woman somewhere, he knew he'd only see me after 6 at night. And tell her, look, the woman was good to me. She was good to me. So yeah. And this particular day when she picked me out, and she just went at me as I'd stopped because I had to pull right up outside the door of my spiritual mother's house, and she lives in a complex. So I got out the car, and she was still jabbering away, going at it. And she said to me that my family comes from the other side of the railway tracks, the railway line, yeah, something like it. Nice thing to say to Heidi. Now, most times I keep quiet, but I'd had enough of this woman's nonsense. Because when you ask her something, how is she and what, all is well. All is well. All is well. Meantime, who knows what's going on? Anyway. And I helped her out the car and I told her, I have had enough of your crap. And as I'd said that to her, and I said it to her, not in that, I didn't shout at her, but I was very firm with her. And with that, my spiritual mother walked out by the door and she heard me say this to her. And she just looked at me. She thought, what in the world has gone on here? Anyway, so I just looked at her. I said, take her inside. And I left. I did not go to prayer meeting that day because I thought, I can't sit there holier than thou. You know, all is well. Meantime, two of us have just had a scrap outside the door. Mm-mm. Anyway. So, yeah, I can get very angry. And I can also be very quick, very fast on the comeback. Um, Sometimes that's not good. Most times that's not good. And God has helped me to keep my cool. Anyway, to get back to my other friend that asked me about my wrinkles and wanted to know why I've got all these wrinkles. And I genuinely do look about 15 years older than I am, if not more. Um, Look, my life has not been sunshine and roses. Definitely has not been sunshine and roses. I mean, there has been times where the enemy has tried to take me out. Let me put it that way. Right? He literally tried to take me out 3 times. 3 times that I know of. Probably plenty more that I don't know of. But 3 times that I know of, the enemy tried to wipe me out. And yeah, the one was physically somebody tried to wipe me out. And yeah, they wanted to send me off to heaven. The other time was when I rode my ex-husband's Jeep. We didn't have our seatbelts on. Had we had our seatbelts on, we would have both gone to the life hereafter. And the third time was in a fire. The fire was there. You could see the flames were there, but it didn't burn anything. Anyway, that day I just thank God because He woke me up. The fire had come and had gone, and He'd woke me up. And the place where I was staying didn't have any electricity, so it was candles. And I got home from work and I was tired. I was ready. It was winter and I was really tired. And where I was staying at the time, it was my mom and my stepdad, myself, and yeah, I think my niece also stayed with us at that time. Yeah, she stayed with us for a short period of time and then she went home to her mom. Yeah, so now I was actually there by myself. My mom and my stepdad and my niece had gone to Kimberley, and I was there by myself. Now my bedroom was the bedroom, was the kitchen, it was the lounge, it was everything. And there were these white tiles on the floor. And yeah, I woke up and the whole place was like misty. And I looked and the doors were open. I'd left the door open to the little flat or flatlet or whatever you want to call that place. So I just thought, oh, it's been misty and all this mist has come into the house. I didn't twig. Anyway, I had a oil lamp burning on the table. In the bathroom, there was a candle burning. And in my mom's room, there was a candle. I'd lit a candle in that room because the, um, yeah, the one stove that I was using was in that room. Um, so I lit a candle in that room. And I went to the bathroom and I'm sitting on the loo, half asleep. And I'm looking at the floor like this and I see what's this stuff on the floor. And I wipe my feet on the floor like this. Then I realized it was soot. And then I looked from the toilet. And you look out the door. You look straight on into my mom's room. And that room was all in darkness. And I remembered I'd lit a candle there and I had not blown the candle out. So I thought, oh dear, let me go and see what's happened. When I went through there and I saw what had happened, where I could see where these flames were. I mean, when 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 there's a fire and the flames and the smoke, it makes black marks against the wall. Those marks were there, but it wasn't a brick wall. It was a wooden cupboard. The whole wall was a cupboard made out of pine, and in the middle was a dressing table, and this is where this candle thing was. Yeah. Anyway, so I just opened up all the doors and all the windows because then I realized this wasn't mist in this, that it was smoke. Anyway, so yeah, that's 3 times that the enemy tried to wipe me out. There's other stuff that's happened, which God hasn't given me the peace about speaking as yet, um, or not on the internet at least. I do when I go on trips. I do speak about it, but not on mission trips and stuff, but not on the internet. Um, yeah. So, yeah, we've all got our crosses that we need to bear or carry. Daily, we need to pick up our cross and carry it. Now, the stuff that I've been through, somebody else will not go through that. They will not make it. What other people have gone through, I probably won't be able to make it. And when I start feeling, when the enemy starts attacking you and saying, yeah, you don't have, and he tries to get your focus on what you don't have. The Lord has just shown me what I do have. Right? Now, you'll get some women that have got a cupboard full of clothes. I mean, there's a color-coded outfit. There's the shoes, the handbag, the skirt, the top, the scarf, the hat, the earrings, the necklace, bracelets, whatever. That match like it. And then they've got like 15 dresses and 10 slacks and 25 t-shirts and 5 jackets and whatever. And then the enemy will say, well, you've got 3 dresses. You've got so many, you've got 2 decent pants that you can wear out. And you've got maybe 2 or 3 shirts that you can wear out. And yeah. Then I think, you know what, it doesn't matter. I have what I need. Right? Is it brand new stuff? No, it's not brand new stuff. All my clothes are secondhand. I do not buy new. My one dress I did buy new because somebody else paid for it. So that is new. Everything else is secondhand, come from somebody else or bought at hospice. I don't mind wearing somebody else's clothes. I wash them and wear them. I don't have an issue with that. Yeah, and there's, you come to a point where somebody also said to me, you'd rather see your house fall apart before you make a plan and fix it. Well, duh. When there's no money to hardly put food on the table, where do I get money to fix a house? And I just said, well, you know what? I was looking after my parents. I was looking after my parents. I had no help from anybody else. I had to do it by myself and wipe their debt out. I mean, there was over probably about 20,000 or more that I wiped out of their debt. Um, yeah, I didn't ask anybody to help me. Just make a plan, do it. And yeah, so all my savings, and I mean, how many times didn't I rush my mother through to the hospital? And going through from here to now, it's just what, about 20 k's away, 15, 20 k's away, 25 k's or whatever it is. It's not that far. And yeah, but it's backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. Not just 10 cents for you. Um, there's other stuff that I've been through, which I will not talk about. And because some of the stuff is actually embarrassing. And this friend of mine had asked me about my wrinkles. I actually told her that one embarrassing thing. And I think she was quite horrified, but in any case. And you know what? I've got more than what other people have. There's a lot of people out there. I mean, I could be sleeping on the street. I could be having the clothes on my back, and that is it. And there are people out there that are genuinely like it. They've only got the clothes they wear. Sometimes they've got one change of clothes, right? There's people that don't have a choice of 3 pairs of shoes. I've got, and all my shoes also, besides my flip flops, because I found a nice pair of flip flops from Peps, and they were nice. So I thought, you know what, they're comfortable. I'm buying 3 pairs of these. And I bought 3 pairs of them because then at least I know they're going to last me for the next 2 years. But my clothes shoes was given to me. And they're expensive shoes. They are very expensive shoes that were given to me. Yeah. So, yeah. And so what I've been through, other people can't go through. What other people have been through, I probably won't make it. Yeah. And yeah, there are people that do make a mountain out of a molehill. I mean, I heard of one woman, she was going on about something that she experienced. And I looked at it and I thought, you know what, you should actually thank God. You should thank God that that is the worst of what you've been through. Because it is a walk in the park compared to what a lot of other people have been through. Yeah, this is a very broken world with broken people inside. And yeah, so my wrinkles are there. It's to show you that I have lived a very difficult life. And I don't always talk about it. I don't always complain about it. And when I find myself complaining about something, I say, Lord, please help me not to complain. Yeah. It's like my car. My car's been standing for probably 4 months now. Yeah, I've got to fix it. I've got to actually find out about the spares. And probably in the next month or two, I'll be able to have it fixed. Hopefully, dear Lord, please. And the front windows don't wind down. Who cares? Open the back windows. They at least still go up and down. What else? There's lots of stuff that we can look at you can have your knives and forks that nothing matches. Well, you know what? You've got a knife and fork to eat with. Doesn't matter whether it matches or not. And those things do matter to some people, not to me. I mean, this here is a cup. You drink out of it. Do I need to have 6 or 12 or 18 of the same thing, all matched up beautifully? No. It is a cup. Anyway, so yeah, my wrinkles are there. And I get pensioners discount as long as I don't have to prove um, my age. So I look on the bright side. I look on the bright side. Anyway. Anyway, guys, yeah, I don't know that I'm gonna edit this. I don't even know if I'll upload it. We'll see. Anyway. Okay, guys, lots and lots of love. Bye.